Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. We are hurtling towards Saturday now. We have dignitaries arriving in London, people starting to camp out, queue, the royals all out and about doing stuff, all looking very jolly, very happy. Someone who's not so jolly and not so happy, allegedly, is Meghan Markle, festering, stewing in Montecito. And the latest outrage that we are going to read on, potential rumoured outrage, is the story of the card that Meghan has in her possession, the card that Catherine took around after the flower girl dress fitting incident where there were tears. Charlotte in tears, Catherine in tears. Meghan claims she was in tears, that Catherine made her cry. Of course, she made that very large claim on Oprah. Catherine apparently went around the next day with a card and flowers. The flowers were chucked in the bin, but the card seems to have been kept as evidence. And the card now is being threatened, according to rumour, to be wheeled out as proof that Meghan Markle was not a bully. Meghan Markle did not make anyone, in particular Catherine, cry. In fact, it was the reverse. Poor Catherine, it makes my heart sink to think of having to deal with someone like this. She's done the right thing. She was brought up proper. Mother Carol said, no matter what, you write a card, you do the right thing, you take the high road, and taking the high road looks like it's going to slap her in the face. Well, we'll see. We have, and I think very appropriately today, the Disney Villains tarot deck, just for fun. And it's a very royal purple tarot deck, even though we are dealing with Disney villains. And one in particular, Cruella de Vil. We're going to do a Celtic cross and we're going to have a look at this. We're going to do it from Meghan's point of view and see what she's cooking up. This is just a rumour. It started with Neil Sean, so we take it with a giant pinch of salt. That the bullying thing really does bother her. Interestingly, one of the royal authors, and I can't remember who because so many are out and about chatting at the moment. I think it was that David, what's his name? David somebody or other. He wrote the Brothers book. And he was on one of the British talk shows, I think it was one of the British ones, talking about speaking to people when he was researching the book about Harry and William, who had seen women employees, female staff, in tears, in floods of tears, after encounters with Meghan Markle. So he was out in the last few days talking about it. So the news is going around. This is someone who has eyewitnesses who is talking about it. So I don't know how far Meghan is going to get with this stunt, with trying to turn it around and make it all out to be Catherine's fault. Especially as the card, I should imagine, is private and confidential, somewhat like the letter that Meghan wrote to her father, which then mysteriously was leaked by 5 friends. So that's the background. That's where we are. Disney Villains Tarot on the tarot table. It's all quite upsetting. It all should be so beautiful and happy and jolly and lovely and flooring and inspiring and all that stuff. But here we are down in the mud with Madam Markle. My opinion, of course, all my opinion. Tarot for fun, for entertainment, or gossip, or speculation, or opinion that we read on here. We look at it from an energy point of view, archetypal energy, because we can learn from archetypes. We can even make podcasts about archetypes. So we can certainly do tarot on archetypes. And here we go. Disclaimer in the box below. And please read it. And there we are with the purple cards. We've got the Page of Coins. The Page of Coins. It's a dark tarot, obviously, because it's a Disney villains tarot. Page of Coins can be a letter. Interestingly. Don't usually read it like that, but it is one of its meanings in sort of traditional tarot interpretation, which suddenly flashed back into my mind, because one of the downsides of doing these eternal royal readings as I do is that the cards get more and more the interpretations that I rely on get more and more fixed for the royal reading purposes, and some of the more ordinary or usual tarot meanings get lost in the mist around these royal things. Just saying. So there we go. We have a letter. We definitely have a letter. Can be an apology. Pages or communications. Could be an apology. Page of Cups more usually as an apology. But we have something here that looks like an apology, like a letter, like a card. So yeah, we're in the right territory. It's always nice when the underlying energy tells us that we're in the zone. Then we can have confidence in the reading and in the energy that is coming through from universe. So there we go. Tell us the situation, please, from Megan's point of view. Where are we? The Emperor. The Emperor. She wants to be in charge of the story. There is an Emperor actually being crowned on Saturday. But who would really like to be crowned as the Emperor? It's Meghan Markle. She's the one who wants to be in charge, who wants to dominate the story. The Emperor is the one who plans and strategizes and does stuff. He organizes things and manages. He's the leader. He's the boss. She wants to be the boss. Everyone else is the boss at the moment, but she would really like to be the boss and take some of that shine off the king who is about to be crowned in just 2 days, less than 2 days. And wow, it's hard to believe. But anyway, so there it is. That's just one of the meanings that the Emperor card does have in ordinary tarot is ego. Just by the way, it's normally described as male ego, but we don't want to get too, down that road here. But ego, we can say ego. So a little bit of attention seeking, a little bit of drama in the Emperor, always. Sometimes the Emperor has no clothes. Sometimes the Emperor has crumpled, unironed clothes that don't fit properly and haven't been tailored. Just saying, what's her big problem is the Six of Cups in reverse. So this is the past, the Six of Cups. This is memories. This is family situations. This is sometimes children, the Six of Cups. But it's the past, being haunted by the past. Something that happened in the past that is unhappy because the card is in reverse. That caused a falling out. The Six of Cups, when it's upright, you often reconcile, reunite with people you haven't seen for a long, long time. And it's wonderful to see them again. But in the reverse, don't want to have anything to do with them, trying to avoid them, trying to forget them, trying to ignore them. Those are the things that hurt, that grind, that you wake up in the middle of the night and think, ooh, that person really did me wrong, 40 years ago, and I'll never forgive them. It's that kind of energy. So we have some of that. Just saying. What is going on behind the scenes? Is she plotting something, stewing, brewing, festering? What is going on? Oh, ouch. The Tower. We have the Tower. The Tower is in the reverse. I think it's Extreme Tower. Extreme. She wants to blow the place up. She wants to absolutely destroy. This is a very, very negative energy coming through, and I have to remind you, I'm just reading energy and interpreting it, and it's all my opinion, and it's all intuitive. I'm not stating for 1 second that she literally wants to blow up Westminster Abbey while the royals are all inside, including her dear husband. But she certainly, in the energy, the archetypal energy, wants to burn the place down. With the Tower. That's a huge card. Revenge, destruction, maximum damage that can be caused. Shock, something shocking. I'm sure she's got a list of things, the potential shocks and blows that she can unleash. Maybe she'll unleash them all. It might be difficult to choose which one to do. But yeah, she's certainly, in my opinion, up to no good. What is her focus right now? What is her attention on? The Hanged Man. She is feeling like this whole bullying thing has really tied her up in knots. It's a tremendous difficulty for her. I'm sure that her new agents are saying to her, you have got 2 big problems in your life that you need to deal with. If we're going to get these huge deals for you, you need to sort out your father. Daddy was on TV a few days ago, looking very, very, very bad. And I don't mean, I mean bad, obviously physically bad, sad, all of that. Daddy and bullying. These 2 are stones around your neck, and if you can't get rid of them, we can't do anything for you. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is somebody that feels like they are disempowered, disenfranchised, hung out to dry, unfairly victimized, punished, sacrificed, all of those things. She feels like this is unfair and this has caused her harm. This has stopped her from progressing, stopped her from doing the things that she really wants to do, achieving the things that she really wants to achieve. Also, while the Hanged Man is dangling there, you can see the sort of light around the serpents coming from Jungle Book. The serpent's head, they get ideas when they're dangling there. They have a think. They have time to think, the hanged persons, and can plot and calculate for when they are no longer dangling, when they have been cut to free. Tell us about the past, about the whole bullying thing, the card, whatever universe wants to tell us about the story. We've got a High Priestess. Ooh, she's quite a mean-looking High Priestess, is she not? High Priestess, and I'm having a giggle at her. High Priestess is about secrets and about silence. Everybody, I think, has been hushed up about what really happened. NDAs, a lot of people there who might not be able to speak their truths because they have signed NDAs. They are subject to NDAs. I've got a dog here who's crying, very old dog who's just sort of crying just because. Might have to go and talk to him a bit. No, he's lying down. There we go. Difficult to lie down. High Priestess, silence. People who have been silenced. There are secrets, there are mysteries, and it is a mystery about what happened, and we don't really know. It's very hard for us to know what actually happened because all the chief players in it have been silenced except for one who talked about it on Oprah, and at every possible opportunity talks about it and tries to justify herself and turn it around and make it everyone else's fault. So coming up near future, is she going to actually go there? Is she going to publish this card or reference it and say, this is what Catherine said? We've already had William's privacy invaded with his SMS, his message to Harry. Oh, look what he said. And they all clutched their pearls and gasped and fainted. So quite a lot of that already. Is she going to go there? Is she going to go there? I have got the Nine of Swords. So Nine of Swords in reverse. A Nine of Swords is more a thinking than a doing card, I have to say. It's stress and worry and sweating about something and wondering about something and how am I going to deal with it, and is it all going to come crashing down on me? It's in reverse. I think that's more she's like enjoying the power of trying to put pressure on Catherine. That's the first thing that comes to me with that Nine of Swords. It has the same intense energy for me as this Tower in reverse, that she would really like to heap the pressure on Catherine, the mental pressure, and hope that Catherine through the coming days is going to be anxious, waiting for the newspaper headlines, the Hello magazine story, the Page 6 story, wherever Meghan drops her stuff, Omid coming out and saying something, that she's going to be heaping pressure on Catherine and sort of blighting her, what should be very enjoyable for her and lovely experience. Yeah, she's going to try and make it as painful and miserable and threatening as possible. So it's threat more than action, I think. But the fact that the card has swung around into the reverse does tell me that it's possible that she herself might have been stewing about this. We know she's stewing about it from all of these cards and then has decided to do something about it. So it's possible. It's possible. I've got two possible interpretations, which unfortunately doesn't really help, does it? But the main thing that I think is the mental pressure she wants to apply to Catherine. I think she's got serious copyright issues. That's my inexpert opinion. If she does actually leak the card, but she could talk about it in a way that caused trouble, that caused stress for Catherine. She might just decide to free herself from this Hanged Man situation, from the worry, the stress, the stewing energy, festering energy, and do something. So her intentions towards Catherine right now, her attitude to Catherine right now, we have got the Four of Swords. I do apologize. The Four of Swords again in reverse. Lots of reversed cards in this reading. It always means that, well, it doesn't always mean, it often means that things are out of alignment, things are disturbed, disturbance in the field. Four of Swords has come out in the reverse. It's something that she can't get past. The Four of Swords, when it's upright, you rest from something, you retire from a battle, you go away, you lick your wounds, you think, you meditate, you heal, you rest, you take yourself away. The card is in the reverse. She cannot move past this. She can't heal from it because the Four of Swords is about your reputation as well. And she knows that this has really harmed her reputation. This, I think, was the telling moment in the whole Meghan Markle narrative as a member of the royal family, where the wheels came off, where the truth started to emerge. These kinds of stories, the Meghan made Catherine cry story when it broke, was a turning point for many people. And many people started going and digging around and seeing comments on the Daily Mail and on chat platforms and things like that, where people were leaking stuff and where certain very strange stories were being passed around, rumors, speculation about Meghan and her past and her activities in the royal family after the bump and all of that stuff, that people were curious about, concerned about, suspicious about. That was the moment. And so that is the Four of Swords in reverse. It was a very bad moment for her, and she has never really recovered from it. She's always been fighting a kind of rearguard action, trying to recover her reputation. She still hasn't. She's going to throw everything at Catherine she can, see if something sticks. I noticed that the Rose story has been circulating again, very unpleasantly, in the Cut magazine, interestingly, that they've been going there. She, of course, will be at the coronation. So some of the old stories have been dredged up and recirculated, recycled. Pressure that Meghan is under. Horrible reading this, is it not? 10 of Cups. Pressure she's under is that she's got to maintain this illusion that her life is so wonderful and she's so happy and everything's so great with Harry. A lot of people saying that he's living in LA by himself, perhaps with one of the children, Archie, and Meghan is living somewhere else with Lilibet. The children are separated, the parents are separated. Even some delightful American women interviewed on TV who were outside Buckingham Palace spilled the beans and said, oh, Harry lives up the road and we see him around, ha ha ha. And it was not in Montecito. It's coming out. The truth is coming out. The secrets are coming out. And she's got this problem of plausibility of her, oh, we're so perfect and we're so happy and everything's so marvelous. And actually the one who is 10 of Cups and genuinely 10 of Cups, Catherine and William, you can see them, they're out and about today, catching the tube, pouring pints, mingling with people. It was too dangerous for Meghan to go to the Met Gala. I'm looking at that just for fun in the next reading. But no, William and Catherine can catch the tube and be in a pub with just the hoi polloi and all fine. Interesting. So Meghan's hopes and fears with this story, with this bullying story, the card. There is the Empress. She's hoping that she can put herself back in the dominant position as the good one, the one who's loved and adored. I'm increasingly seeing the Empress in these tarot readings as being about popularity, about value, about appreciation and being loved. The Empress is, of course, that and many other things. Who does it look like? It does look a bit Meghan Markle-y, doesn't it? To me, anyway. Perhaps the new face shining through there a bit, I don't know. But she wants to be the Empress. She wants to be adored. She wants to be the most important. The Empress is the the dominant female card in the tarot. It's the Queen of all queens. All the queens are incorporated in the Empress. It matches the Emperor energy, which is sitting here. There's the match. We've had the Emperor and the Empress turn up. We have ego in all its glory here in this reading. Outcome for Megan of this latest chapter in the bullying things. We've got the Six of Coins. It's a reciprocity card, the quid pro quo card, the Six of Coins. It's not a terrible card, but it tells me that whatever she does will be matched. It's not a threatening card, it's not a dangerous card, it's not the Tower, it's not death, it's not any of those terrible things, but it just tells me that whatever she tries, whatever trick she tries, will be met with an equal and opposite reaction. It's an interesting card because it's an anonymous card. It's men in grey suits. It's people who might be behind the scenes, lawyers, courtiers, even intelligence people, things like that. People who have hidden power, secrets again, people who know stuff. It's an unusual interpretation of the Six of Coins, let me just add, for those of you learning in tarot and thinking, what? Where did she get that from? I'm getting it from the card itself, and which is why I use this assortment of tarot decks on this channel, so that extra messages can come through to us all from universe. And this message is coming through quite powerfully, that whatever she does, some sort of anonymous person in the background, and it might be anonymous, but it might be quite an important person. It might be a William person or a Charles person or someone like that. Somebody is going to push back. So a word of warning, shall we just say, that it's not going to go unchallenged with that Six of Coins. It's going to be a bit like a tennis game. You've hit the ball over the net, the ball will be returned. Perhaps with a bit of spin on it or something. That's your reading. Thanks for watching. I'm going to get on with the next one now.